Mr. Chairman, may I take 4 minutes?
Yeah, three.
Three? Okay. Good evening to all. Every speaker is 3 minutes. Why would you give 4 minutes to one person? For the holidays, why would you close the schools on the Jewish holidays and not offer the equal treatment for Muslims who are residents in the county and taxpayers? I have been for 20 years asking for inclusion, asking for equity, asking for equality. The school system never had objective or verifiable data about the number of teachers or students of one faith or the other. Thus, the closure on the Jewish holidays has been and continues to be purely political and not really secular. I came to you always for equity and equality. And I sat in this board for 14 years, and I heard for hundreds times from you board members, equity, equality, diversity, inclusion. It is about time to make the words into actions. I believe that if you turn down my humble request for closing on the Muslim holidays equal to the Jewish holidays, this is an effective Muslim ban in the school system. It just doesn't have that name. It makes residents not apply to the school system because they don't see that they are really welcome. Makes students not really look up to their peers. I believe the school system is about education, and the calendar is really a poster for the school system. If you continue the practice of 20 years closing on the Jewish holidays without secular reason, and of course not offering the equal treatment to Muslim Americans in the county, then you are educating the future generation in the wrong way. You are playing favoritism to one group just because they have political clout or other factors. Some ask me, where are the Muslims? I brought you this 800 signatures last year. Hundreds came here in 2004, 2005, 2006, and now it's very hard to get Muslims to come to speak up, and understandably so. So for all that, in my 13 seconds, our Constitution allows for separation of religion from government. And our codes basically advocate equity and equality. It's really your words. I truly and honestly ask you to do it this year. Equal holidays.
The next speaker is Pharoan and Jameel.
Peace and good evening, Chair Gillis, Superintendent Ms. White, and members of the board. It was enlightening to hear the details of the school climate, including the student behavior and conduct in the last board meeting. The comments generated during the question and answer by the board members are worthy of being repeated because the report and its findings also seem to be applicable to the board itself. Here are some of those in brief. School administrators not enforcing policies. Policies need to be strengthened through consistency. Race-based is a double standard. Disproportionate disciplinary actions. Discriminatory disciplinary actions by administrators. There's a need for application of both the equity as well as the equality. One of the board members was honest in his comments and said, teachers have prejudices and biases do come out because it is human. Therefore, Here's an issue that has been raised since 1998, and it begs the question: how much of the climate in the board is affecting the denial of equality and equity in the Baltimore County public school system for the students who happen to be Muslims? You do have the answers in the report that was presented. It comes under the heading Restoration and labeled under the title Restorative Questions. They are: what happened? What were you thinking of at the time? What have you thought about since? Who has been affected by what you have done, in what way? What do you think you need to do to make things right? I respectfully dare say that each one of you is smart and capable. You do know the answers to these restorative questions. Ms. Desmond from the Maryland State Board of Education had testified years ago and implied that this board had opened the door which could not be shut, and that the Maryland State Board would have no objection about the closing of the schools on Muslim holidays. So the time is now. If you have honestly, truthfully answered the questions, add the 2 holidays in the calendar. That is equity and equality. Thank you, and God bless you.
Our next speaker is Sharon Saroff.